Long Island is bracing for a major winter storm that could dump more than a foot of snow. More on the timing in a few moments. I'm Ken Bufa. Thanks for joining us. 9 gang members are facing charges in connection with crimes in Huntington Station, including 2 killings. Suspected members of the Lowndes Block gang have been indicted for 10 shootings and alleged sex trafficking. Virginia Huey will have more on this story in just a moment. And only in Newsday, Suffolk's disgraced former police chief, James Burke, is now willing to help with the Rex Huberman case, according to his attorney. The former police chief did time in federal prison for beating a handcuffed man back in 2012. In 2023, he was also charged with public lewdness and indecent exposure after park rangers said he solicited sex at Farmingdale's Vietnam Veterans Memorial Park. And only in Newsday, 5 Long Island school districts are having money problems, according to the state comptroller. The districts include South Country, Port Jefferson, Greenport, Southampton, and 3 Village. Comptroller Tom DiNapoli's report shows South Country School District is the most severe case. South Country officials admit the district overspent last year's budget by nearly $3.5 million. And nearly $900,000 is being spent to restore and fortify a lighthouse off Orient Point. The Long Beach Bar Lighthouse, also called Bug Light, was built in 1870. The East End Seaport Museum is leading the project. Now, starting next month, workers will begin building up the lighthouse's rock foundation. It will also get a new dock. And after 38 years, the market in Greenport is shutting its doors. The health food store and cafe on Front Street is closing on January 31st. Now, as we said, Long Islanders are getting ready for lots of snow, and that poses a big problem for crews that will be clearing roads.
Please get your cars off the road, share driveways with a neighbor if you have to. It allows those plows to push all the way back to the curb line.
The town of Brookhaven, as well as other towns, are prepping their plows, as well as the trucks that spread salt and sand on the roadways. All right, let's take a quick look at tomorrow's weather to see how we're shaping up for Friday, the end of the week. And as you can see, we are in the mid-30s, so slightly warmer than we've been getting. It was gorgeous today with those mid-40 temps. You can see right now tomorrow, mostly sunny skies, but again, we do have snow on the way. The Suffolk DA just announced charges against alleged gang members that prosecutors say are responsible for a string of violent crimes, including 2 killings. Virginia Huey has this story.
Today was justice.
5 years after the execution-style shooting of her grandson, Luis Cameron Rimmer Hernandez, Christine Rimmer got the news she had been praying for. Suffolk District Attorney Ray Tierney announced the indictment of 9 people, charging them with a series of gang-related crimes in Huntington Station, including orchestrating the killings of Rimmer Hernandez in 2021 and Antoine Butts Miller in 2016.
Using this gang task force approach with gang conspiracies, we're able to pull the operation up root and stem.
DA Tierney said the multi-year investigation involved executing search warrants at homes and vehicles and scouring social media to gather evidence. The takedown included the seizure of 11 illegally owned weapons. Some of them are shown here. DA Tierney said the investigation by the Cold Case Gang Homicide Unit was aimed at dismantling the Lowndes Block Gang of Huntington Station. He said the gang was behind a series of shootings, including this one caught on security camera video in 2020. Prosecutors say gang leader Marquis Scott ordered teenagers as young as 14 years old to shoot and kill rival gang members.
He provided guns, money, and cars so the younger members could allegedly commit the violence for him, and then he promoted these same individuals into the gang.
Prosecutors said Scott faces murder and conspiracy charges for ordering a 14-year-old recruit to carry out the killing of Rimmer Hernandez. His grandmother said she never gave up hope for an arrest.
It's very uplifting. Even though I seem sad, we are all very happy that this took place.
For Newsday TV, I'm Virginia Huey.
Only in Newsday, we're taking a look back at when Comac had its own arena for concerts and sports.
If you've lived here since the 60s, you probably remember the Long Island Arena, seen in these Newsday photos, known to some as the Comac Arena.
Its heyday was kind of like the 1960s and 70s. That's when they had pro hockey teams, pro basketball teams. In the 70s, they had some really big concerts there. Probably the most famous one was when Peter Frampton played there.
It was kind of rinky-dink, but it was great. It was a great place to see a concert. I saw the Grateful Dead there. I saw Jefferson Airplane there.
Long Islanders packed the 4,000-seat venue off Veterans Memorial Highway, which opened in 1959 as home to the Long Island Ducks.
They were a very, very vicious team. They had fights all the time, and the Comac Arena was so cold. It was famous for its frigidity.
The venue also hosted a circus, roller derbies, even political rallies, including John F. Kennedy and Richard Nixon during the 1960 presidential election. Big events and some rowdy crowds, up until the arena fell victim to out with the old and in with the new, as the Nassau Coliseum opened its doors in 1972. With the capacity to entertain 4 times the number of fans, it attracted some big names and a new NHL team.
Obviously, it attracted the Islanders, which put the Long Island Ducks out of business.
The space then operated as a flea market up until its closure, July 31st, 1996. The land was sold and the dome demolished to make way for what you see here today, the Veterans Memorial Plaza Shopping Center, where you'll find a Whole Foods, several places to eat, and big box stores like Target.
They should have a memorial plaque that talks about the Comac Arena, but it ain't there.
It was great. I mean, it was just so great. I loved it. I didn't miss it.
Reporting for Newsday TV, I'm Macy Egland.
All right, here's what's up on Long Island. Cheer on your Long Island team at the Coliseum. The Long Island Nets take on the Raptors Friday night. Tip-off is at 7. Ballet Hispanico comes to Long Island. The Latin organization performs classical and contemporary dances at the Tills Center Friday night at 8. Also at the Tills Center this weekend, the Royal Philharmonic. The UK Orchestra takes the stage Saturday night at 7. Now for admission info and more events, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
For many Long Islanders, pets are members of the family, and the cost to care for them comes with an added financial responsibility, one that is getting more and more expensive. According to the American Veterinary Medical Association, the average pet owner spent more than $1,700 last year caring for their pets. That's an increase of about $200 from 2024. And one option to help pay for that is to have pet insurance. But is it right for you and your family? Joining me now to talk more about this is Newsday reporter John Asbury, Ray Alvarez, a lieutenant with the Suffolk County SPCA, and Dr. Michael Q. Bailey, president of the American Veterinary Medical Association. Thank you all for being here to talk about this topic. John, we want to start with you. You've been reporting on this. What do these pet insurance plans include, and roughly how much are people paying for them per month?
Well, there's various plans, and it's important to note only about 3% of pets are actually covered by pet insurance, owners who have taken these plans. And they can range anything from accidental emergencies, including accidental ingestion of foreign objects, to more comprehensive plans that also include illness and long-term care. How much do they cost on average? So they can range from about $30 a month per cats to around $60 for dogs, but that can total to $700 to $1,000 per year.
So it adds up. I mean,
absolutely.
We're talking significant money here. Dr. Bailey, let's get over to you. What are some of the most common reasons for a vet visit, and what can like a standard visit cost a pet owner these days?
Well, your prices that you're talking about are accurate from the point of view the care of the pet, but the care of the pet is including everything, including food and grooming and such. The average pet visit for a dog is actually just over $200 for wellness exams. That's per year, actually, or per visit. But if it comes down to a catastrophic event, such as the pet has ingested a foreign body or even more has developed cancer. Those can get quite expensive. That's because the sophistication of veterinary medicine now equals that of human medicine in many regards, and the cost of the care is borne completely by the client. We, in most cases, do not have third-party payers.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, it is getting more expensive, but we're saving our pets' lives in a lot of cases. Ray, you have two cats, Otto and Bandit. Let's take a look at Otto and Bandit. They're a couple cuties. Have you been noticing that the cost of their care is going up when you're taking them to the vet?
Yes, marginally, but not to a great extent. And we pretty much take them, I say we because my son and I will take them to the vet, wellness every year. And we pay out of pocket for that right now. And it's not really cost prohibitive for us, but we did have an instance last year where Bandit had ingested a foreign object and required surgery, and it came to almost $3,000. So,
wow.
Yeah.
And if you had pet insurance, it would cover a pretty good chunk of that. I myself, my dog needed to have a kidney removed. It was 12 grand, and my pet insurance covered 10 grand of that. So it was literally a lifesaver for my family, but it's not something that a lot of people do deal with. So you kind of have to weigh, like, is it worth the monthly bill? So when you are, dealing with pet owners across Long Island, is the cost of having a pet and, having these vet bills a reason that people are giving up their pets?
Yes, in some cases, and it could be because, they transition in life to retirement with a fixed income where funds are a little more limited, or they just don't have the money to care for them properly, and then we get called in a more official capacity and try and weigh options, and so the pets get the best care.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, everything is more expensive these days, and
it is.
People are having a hard time making ends meet. People need to do their research when they're deciding what plans they're going to use. Dr. Bailey, what are some of the pros that you've seen? I mean, when people coming in, I'm sure it's helped tremendously.
Some European countries actually have 70% coverage of health insurance. Wow. It comes in, it puts you at ease of mind, and just like having a plan that covers warranty for your home, warranty for your car, you know that when something happens, you're putting out a small amount of money each time. So if that catastrophic event happens, you have somebody who's going to help you through those events. So by putting out that small amount of money each month, it can help you when it comes to that catastrophic care.
Absolutely. Dr. Bailey, we mentioned kind of a list of cons as well when it comes to pet insurance. Can you run us through this list?
I really want to emphasize, do a good examination of comparing apples with apples. Make sure that you can get the services you want in your community. There are some plans that may look great, but you have to travel long distance in order to obtain them.
Okay. Great insight. Thank you, doctor. Let's get back over to you, John. If people do decide that this is right for them, it sounds like some employers now are offering pet insurance. Is that an option for some people?
Yeah, a lot of companies will offer it as part of their general benefits, payroll deductions as part of open enrollment. You can get it just a deduction from your check every week, or you can hire these outside pet insurance firms that do cover a lot of stuff. So it's really just a matter of, as the doctor said, what is best for you in terms of how much you want to pay out of your paycheck or pay out of pocket each month.
Is that option potentially cheaper?
Yeah, it can be cheaper sometimes to do it through work because companies are getting discounts from insurance by enrolling more people in it.
Okay.
And so you may be paying less from your paycheck than you may from out of pocket for a monthly plan.
Gotcha. Dr. Bailey, is there any help or financial assistance for pet owners who decide, this isn't right for me, I can't afford this monthly payment?
Well, the first thing I want to add is also talk to your auto insurance company or your homeowner's insurance company, because you'd be surprised. They may also have some plans that will help you through. But what are some other options? Once again, if you have needs-based, there are organizations that will help you under a needs-based purpose. The American Veterinary Medical Foundation is an example. We have programs such as REACH, and if there is an individual who cannot cover the cost or even the full cost, you talk with your veterinarian. I have to emphasize that because your veterinarian yes, as small business owners, they have to cover things, but they also want to be sure that they are giving care. Because remember, veterinarians are here to provide quality health care. They will lay out plans. They will tell you what can be done. They will also, in the case of the AVMF, see if you are qualified, and that can cover a substantial amount of the bill. I can't say how much because every pet is an individual, but the AVMF, the American Veterinary Medical Foundation, is there to try and make it so individuals do not have to surrender their pets, and so pets do not have to suffer.
Right. All right, Ray, we saw your cats. We're all pet owners here. You currently do not have pet insurance, is that correct?
No,
okay.
Do not.
So, as you're kind of, thinking about this, we're having this conversation, you interact with pet owners often. Is it something that you yourself have considered? Has anything changed your mind over time as this kind of develops?
Well, certainly like, any other type of incident, what you have, the incident we had last year with Bandit, of course you're going to think, oh wow, if I would have had pet insurance. I mean, it wasn't, I'd say, overly expensive for what they did, diagnostics and everything. That included everything, the follow-up. So it may sound like a lot, but they actually did a lot of, work. Perhaps I'll revisit it and, do what, Doc Bailey and John had said about, researching different plans and exploring different options.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are struggling right now, like I said, to make ends meet. So adding another payment on top of that every month, it is a lot to consider. So hopefully this helps you and your family make an informed decision about pet insurance now that we've kind of laid out all the details for you. My thanks to Newsday's John Asbury, Ray Alvarez, and Dr. Michael Q. Bailey for being part of this conversation with us. You can read John's article about this on our website, newsday.com.
All right, let's take a look at your 7-day forecast. And as you know, we are getting snow Sunday into Monday. So how does Friday and Saturday look? Well, temps in the mid to upper high 30s Friday. Saturday, it is chilly, just 18 degrees. And of course, Sunday, Monday, we'll have to deal with snow, digging out into 20-degree weather for the rest of those few days.
Long Island weather is brought to you by PTRC.
Now for more on the stories you've seen here today, head over to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. I'm Ken Bufa. More news coming up.
There's more to Long Island than you know when you picture this. Join Macy Egeland for a journey through some of the major moments in Long Island's past through the lens of the Newsday archives. Picture This, available now at Newsday.com/picture this.